Hello guys, my name is Yong Kai and I'm a graduate student studying Chapman University in production design. Recently, I finished this project called Jingyanggang. It's from this Chinese classic literature called Water Margin. And I select this specific story. It's Wu Song fights the tiger. So the story is very simple. It's about this guy called Wu Song. He wants to visit his brother across this ridge, but ends up getting drunk and fighting a tiger during this journey. Right. So I will share my SketchUp model, layout, drafts, and I also made a physical model. I will share that process in time-lapse with you, and I will also show you a render I've done for this project, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, before I go in depth to my SketchUp model, I want to show you some of my research reference photos, which are invaluable to my project. So first is this book I found in my library. It's called The Art and Architecture of China, which has numerous traditional Chinese ink paintings. Here you can see. I was fascinated by these very cool paintings, right? And they inspired me to go with this kind of style because it totally works. When I reread the story, I think Wu Song, he gets very drunk and fights a tiger. This can be almost this is almost like a fantasy, or maybe this whole thing is this drunk, sleepy dream. Which I also used the backing. Look, the backing is inspired exactly by this Chinese ink painting. And I imagine the style is with low saturation, lack of colors, but mostly very hazy, misty, mysterious, which you cannot tell if it's whether it's dream, reality, or fantasy. Yeah. And also the second, okay, these are more paintings, but let me show you this one. Yeah, this is very cool. It's called Along the River During the Qingming Festival. This painting, this very long, you can tell how long this is. And I can zoom in to see, okay. Zoom in. You can see the details. Okay, you can see the details of the people. So this painting is painted in Song Dynasty era, and the painter portrayed these mundane people during this festival and showing the day of life during Song Dynasty. And I found some of these architectures, the buildings, to be very useful for my model as well. You can see their business, their activities, and also the roof structure. Now, let me show you my model. So I used Paramount stage, I believe it's stage 18, and that means I don't have unlimited space, and I have to find a way to make the space efficient, and that means I need to design the set in a zigzag way to save some space for the rigging department, for the lightings and all that. So right here, it's the end. That's the first beat of the story. That's where Wusong gets drunk. The second beat is the big tree. That's where he sees the carving says about the tiger. Then he walks passes the temple where he sees government official writing on the pillar. Then he keeps marching. He takes a nap on this huge rock right here. After the nap, the tiger basically wakes him up, and that's where they fight. Then he beats the tiger to a pulp. He walks down the ridge, which I made a bridge. I think it would be interesting to have a bridge and maybe even put in a stream of river or some sort to match the scenery, to make this more like a Chinese ink painting. Okay, so then he walks down the ridge where he goes to the last beat. That's a forest where he meets a bunch of hunters who dress up like tigers because they are supposed to hunt the tiger, but they're too scared. They're too scared. And then Wusong shows them the tiger. Or the dead tiger. Yeah. Now let me show you my drafts. So these are my drafts. As I mentioned, I used Paramount stage 18 here. And these are the exact dimensions. This is the ground plan. And I had this contour plan for me to reference to make the physical model, the 3/16 inch model, which I will show you later. And these are the elevations are really helpful making this physical model as well. That's the inks plan with the roof details. And the signage design with windows, details of the bridge, and the last, the temple. Yeah, it's a simple temple, nothing complicated. Now let me show you my physical model.